Hello again, this is my model railway news update. Revolution Trains did a mega update on their on-the-go projects, including this, the N-scale PTA box wagons and JSA steel carriers. Apparently these decorated samples raised some concerns on the colours being used in that they weren't quite right, so there's been some specification changes which we reflected in the actual production run, which kicks off in early December. These are being sold in either twin packs or packs of 5 with prices at £69.95 and £174.95 for pre-orders, although I think pre-orders have now closed, so the full RRP is £79.95 for 2 or £174.95 for 5. Good looking models, but you're certainly paying for it. The sales of the special Martin House Children's Hospice Charity Class 66 in N-scale have been going well, and Revolution were happy to already have donated £13,000 from the sale of these models to the charity. Well done them. And if you want to help out too, these models are still available from the Revolution website, with each sale resulting in a donation to the charity. Moving to 00 scale now, the Class 175 and 180 DMU have finally got to the decorated samples stage with these photos breaking cover. They're looking really good, and it's great to see more modern units being tackled now by manufacturers. Even the complicated First Great Western livery on this one looks spot on, yet the Revolution team have spotted some issues on some of them around the masking, which is being addressed at the factory. They're going to close pre-orders on 31st of January 2026, with delivery currently expected around Q3 2026. Prices are £309.95 for DC and £100 more for DCC with sound. Again, that's pre-order prices, so it may rise when the deadline passes. A few people have pointed out that I'm possibly pronouncing Pico here wrong, so I'll try with Peco and see if that's right. Anyway, they have released these new sets of points. This is in their Code 83 track system. The now discontinued Insulfrog and Electrofrog points have been replaced with these so-called Unifrog design that combines the benefits of both systems. Available here as a number 8 left or right hand point, the RRP is £34.50 each. Herpa are at it again with yet more vehicles, and just colour variations I believe. These are all HO scale models, and we have these cars ranging in price from around £12 to £18. These trucks and vans ranging from around £20 up to £50. I quite like this special Christmas 2025 truck at around £48. Two new emergency vehicles, yeah, that's that terrible Opel Corsa model again, around £14 for it is still too much. The VW is around £25 by the way. And just one new mini kit, the pair of Seat Leons for around £14. And as I said, all of these models are HO scale. Marklin released some new items, including this Swedish State Railways Interregio coach pack. Here you get a coach of type A2K, which is a first class, a type AB3K, which is first and second class, a type B1KT, which is second class, and type B5K, which is second class as well. I don't believe these are anything other than new liveries, and the pack comes in around £200. They're also releasing yet another livery on their old Interfrigo wagon, this time the 1934 Marklin catalogue graphics advertising themselves. Anyway, this is around about £40 for it, probably not worth it. They also released, again, the DB Type KBS 443 stake wagon and plopped two military vehicles onto it. I suspect these vehicles are actually from Viking, and Marklin also ramped the price up to around £60. You could probably pick up this wagon second hand for under £20 if you wanted. And a new livery on this type FAS side dump wagon model, now a DB Schenker Rail Polska set from Era 6. Price now is all the way up at £180 for this. In Z scale, Marklin released this DB construction train pack with 3 coaches and a flat wagon, all for around £150. I do think they achieve very good looking models in this scale. Even the printing on these looks great. Not sure you'd be able to read it though without a magnifying glass. And also this, the VGH E017 Gondola Sugar Beet wagons as a 2-car set with loads at around £90. These wagons together are just 94mm long, which is quite incredible. I've got some conflicting news about the Z-scale Class 64 steam tank locomotive in the photographic grey paint scheme of Era 2. I talked about this before, but it's looking like it might be totally abandoned now due to low interest and pre-orders. However, it might only be delayed for this year. I'll keep you updated as I find out more. A couple of Christmas themed models, including this HO scale BR 185.2 in the Merry Christmas livery. Just a made up livery on this loco. It does have a metal body and features 24 karat gold pantographs and coupling loops for some reason. AC only, it does come with a unique sound profile with Christmas songs. Fun or tacky? Well, you decide. It's priced at around £300. In the budget startup range, Marklin's offering this Christmas open wagon, again a made up livery and priced around £24. Perhaps more useful is this, again in the startup range. It's a snow covered C-track pack, 6 pieces of track and a buffer stop. It comes in at around £40. In N scale under the Minitrix brand, there was this 3-pack of Flix Train coaches, plus an additional second class single coach, around £175 for the pack and £60 for the single coach. The 2 second class commuter control coach livery options got released as well, around £115 each for these. They come with directional lights and a 14-pin digital interface. And just one wagon, yet another refrigerated beer wagon. Moving to Pico and back to HO scale, this is the new livery on the FS gas tank wagon, here in the Pibby Gas Era 4 scheme. It's not the best model really, and the livery is not bad, I suppose. It's priced around £35, and that is a fair price, I think. Another new livery on the DB postal coach, this time ocean blue and beige from Era 4. And in the classics range, it's a selection of 4 French SNCF coaches from Era 3. Not sure on the printing on these, looks a bit off, and with the prices around £70 to £75 each coach, maybe other options are available. And in the budget so-called hobby range, just one wagon. This is the RLF low-sided wagon with track load and coming in at around £20, and that makes this model actually really good value for money. In N scale, the Dutch NS Series 2000 diesel locomotive got this Era 3 livery version. Not bad, but maybe not the best. Comes in around £200 for analogue or £320 for DCC with sound. On to Tillig now, who brought a bunch of new items to market this month, and we're starting off with TT scale and this triple pack of type DBPZA double deck passenger coaches in the Alex livery. This is the first time in this livery, and additional packs are coming soon too to match with this pack of coaches, and it's around €220 for this first initial pack. 2 new gondola liveries are these DBAG type EALOS-X 053 wagons loaded with wood chips and priced around €129 for the pack. A special iron grey wartime livery version of this DRG Class 86 steam locomotive in Era 2 livery option. It has NEM 651 plus directional lights, not a new model again, just a new livery, but certainly something unusual and priced around €230. Around €300 gets you this BR78 in Deutsche Reichsbahn Era 4 livery. This has changed from previous specification as it shows the correct 2 light headlights, which incidentally are directional too. NEM 662 interface on this one. Rising to around €350 gets you the mighty 210 Class 50.0 steam loco in Era 4 Deutsche Reichsbahn livery. Same kind of specification as the last loco, which can also be easily fitted with a speaker for sound under digital control. But you can also opt for this with ESU lock sound pre-fitted, which makes this a DCC only model, and here the price rises to around €465. On to diesels, and there's this MAV livery on the Class M61 loco. This model comes with NEM 658 12-pin socket and has directional lights plus easy fit speaker system. Price is around €220. This looks fantastic, a great decorated livery on this DB AG Class 642 railcar. It's the so-called MV Tutgut, I think that's how you pronounce it, livery, which really looks fun and interesting. It's got directional lights, interior lighting, and NEM 651 digital interface. It's priced around €390 for the set. Maybe not so interesting is yet another livery on the DB AG Class 232 diesel locomotive, so I'll just skip on to the next one, which is these 4 different coach livery options. Nothing new except liveries here. Then there was these 2 wagons, again only new livery options. Just one thing from Tillig for HO scale being this, a new livery option on the baggage wagon from the Royal Saxon State Railways from Era 1, around €46 for this. Now you kinda expect this to be good. It's the Clark's Railworks WD-10 locomotive now at the decorated sample stage. Things have been a bit quiet with this project for a while, but now we're seeing updates for two of the locomotives. The first one is Gordon, number 600, and 90774, named North British, one of the two locomotives being sold exclusively through Rails of Sheffield. There's no doubting that this is a good looking loco. Well, I think so. Maybe some think it's a bit utilitarian, being it's an austerity machine. However, these models are certainly packed with features, all what you'd expect from a brand new locomotive these days. And they are also, unusually, so we're being told, being made totally here in the UK too. I reckon they'll be popular, and I really want to love this model, but I'm just not sure. Yes, these are decorated samples, but I can't help but notice the curve on the cab floor, all the coupling at the front set to hit between sleepers, and I just can't seem to stop thinking it's a little plasticky going by pictures like this. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh though, and I'm only being fussy on this because Clark's previous releases have been mind-blowingly good. So perhaps this will be further refined for when it goes into production, as I really want to love this logo. Let's see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. Anyway, that's the video folks. Thanks for watching. I'm sure there'll be more coming soon, so subscribe to keep yourself up to date, and I'll see you on the next one.
So models train,